Tape Never Lies Network.
The tape never lies.
Tape never lies.
Starts now.
The tape never lies.
What's up, everybody? You guys have been asking for it. We are back. Better than ever. Unfiltered, uncensored, the good and the bad, each and every week, right here on the Tape Never Lies Network with me, your boy, Draft Dr. Phil. Yep, the first play every week, guys. Mr. Nagy, still trying to find his identity here. Here he is, throwing a flare route, which is a long screen. They set it up, and Cordarrelle Patterson hits it up in there aggressively and gets some big yards. Now they come back inside zone. It's not blocked correctly. Let's watch our center here. He's coming out with his head down. He's going to fall. He can't get on the backer. Fetty's getting blown out of there. Front side, Hambright and Leno trying to move this guy out. Nothing is going correctly here. Leno gets to the second level and it's stuffed. And when you're a head coach, you got to understand what you do well here. Great block by Montgomery, the dash pass. They love this to the short side. And this is going to come up later in the game. Here they run behind each other versus that zone press off, get him out under. The problem is Allen's got to know, set your feet, get forward. And this kind of offense sets up where every inch matters because you can't move the football consistency. You don't have an identity. So now you try to trick them. Probably should have tossed here. Instead they do toss, dive. And they can't move anybody. Look at Fetty's head's down. Center, guard are double teaming. Fetty's head being down sets up the whole thing. Rashad, they're not flat backed and low. You got to have pride when it comes to 4th and 1. You get stuffed here and beat. This is what you see consistently on this film, and it's not good. And this is the Matt Nagy offense. Now look at the center. Now granted, it's his first game at center. That's you. You're coaching. You're scouting. This is what you're doing. This is what you're putting on the field. He has the advantage. You're running toss out of the I formation. This is right up my alley. Watch. The center has position. He's got to swing his ass around. He can't. Guy's beating him across his face. Now look at the fullback. Mr. I don't know what I'm doing. And the left guard turns around. He literally kisses down. He's doubling with Leno. Look, now he's going to turn around. I've never seen. You never turn around. What are you turning around for? Gonna block someone? You blocked your own guy. This is ridiculous. What we're seeing on tape. Now they go to the well. Talk about predictable. Hey, yeah, they run this every time out of trips. They run this every time out of bunches. They want to get Allen Robinson underneath and out. I'm going to stay outside here, and everything's shut down, so I got to just throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it out, Matt Nagy. You're awful. Listen, you remember how I told you how important the center is? If you're going to try to run the football in this kind of scheme, where everything's sideways, your center has to be so stout, so aggressive and strong. And Bars is getting destroyed here into the backfield. The defensive lineman's almost taking the handoff. Now that messes up everything. You see 2 walrus drops. Yeah, the walrus is back. Look at Leno and Jimmy Graham. Just pulling out the walruses. They fall into the ground, blocking nobody. And that play can't go. And that's what it is about Nagy. He's got to do what his offense can perform. He's so stuck on stupid about what I want to do. Here's a draw play where you get a little bit of a crease, and here's Montgomery taking it up in there. And it's hard for a running back to function in this because there's no consistency. Here, speaking of consistency, Foles steps up in the pocket. In the game, you'd think it's a bad pass, but look at Anthony Miller settle. When you're coming across the field, you could tell you're supposed to be running the dig. You settle in that, trying to find a space in the zone. They're playing man. They're playing man. Quarterback is thrown to the spot. You can't settle. You can't settle. That forces coverage onto you. And it's unfortunate because you can see Nick is throwing with pressure in his face to the spot where he thinks you're going to go. Come on, Matt. You benched Trubisky because he couldn't run your offensive play. He wasn't doing it. Look at this offensive line detail. You don't get beat across your face. Look at Leno. Look at the left guard, left tackle, both getting beat across their face. And look at the pressure right there in his face. He's trying to throw a simple out, and Leno falls to the ground. Look at Leno. Watch. Yes, 10 points from the West German judge. This is where I know Nick Foles is disturbed and is not playing to the level of what you want. I don't care how many hits you got. You can't predetermine where you're going to go. Nagy's details. With the football. The tight end and the receiver in the same spot. You would know that you're looking at an off coverage over here up top, and Mooney's the guy you throw to in the slot, and it's wide open. But instead, you're forcing a ball into coverage. Now again, this is interference 100%. It doesn't get called. But I'm looking at Nick Foles, and I'm seeing a guy seeing ghosts and not playing up to the level. This and is a touchdown to Ridley at the bottom by the pass rush. All he has to do is look here. What do you see here? I see a guard and a tackle messing up, but a miraculous pocket. Turn your head and deliver down the field. You have Ridley. Instead, you're forcing a ball, and it's terrible. Don't force the ball. Here's a tip after every Bears game.
It's the best Chicago Bears post-game show on the planet. Bar none. It's Bears Hour Live immediately after each and every Bears game. With host Shane, the smartest man, and draft Dr. Phil Otoshan. Every Sunday, Monday, or Thursday, immediately after Bears games. Your guys, Draft Dr. Phil and Shane Marsaw are live on Bears Hour Live. Subscribe to the show via the Tape Never Lies Network, which can be found on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch. Bears Hour Live.
Started off BHL and then the game.
When your team's struggling, people have to rise up. JP Holtz, terrible. Shouldn't even be in this position. Center, whiffs. Your backside guard, Affetti. You have your ass turned out. You won the war and lose the whole war based on your ability to not keep. It's every down. Let's watch Leno. He's got nobody over him, so he's got to get up on that backer. Jogging. Look at how high he's standing, like he's stalk blocking. Look at him touch. I mean, come on. Look at the linebacker attack the gap. Affetti's too busy kissing down. This is what they do a lot. I don't understand their philosophies. Just punch out with your left arm and get on the backer. Anytime that any defense sees that, they're firing gaps. And they're shutting. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to run to. You see what I'm saying? You got to spin around and try to maybe make a miracle here. But again, Affetti, it's all a giant. And there's a good effort block by Hambright there, but you got to be clean. Through and clean. Speaking of clean, tonight, guys, Keeping It 100 is going to be live. Me, my partner Shane Marsaw, we got JJ Stankovitz. I'm going to talk to him about the media addressing Coach Nagy. Speaking of Coach Nagy, action boot. Again, every lineman's shoulders are turned. This is what I want to see, though. Get Jimmy Graham involved going up the football field. Here it is, putting his shoulders down. Let's watch the details, see how it's terrible mesh. Like, imagine just doing everything right. Get the ball to Jimmy. Look at Jimmy turn up the field. Duck those shoulders, Jimmy. Don't be a target. Remember I talked about shoulders? Watch all of your linemen. And this is coached. They're going left, right? Once you give angles, it's almost like geometry for you nerds. Then you give up space. If you get flat back with shoulders square,
Hambright is the only one
turn
doing it
and then you
correctly.
control.
He's your note of
Because
reference.
their shoulders are turned, now you leave creases and you can't protect off action, and it results in a terrible
Komet
mesh.
leaves his
There's
guy
nothing there to
help
fool
Jimmy
anybody, and
Graham.
you're sacked. Look at Komet. Get that guy. Oh my God. They're gonna try to run draw play here. The rookie, the last play you saw, he did it right. This play is his welcome to the NFL moment. And you watch him here. So he gets engaged, but he's waiting. Now he gets tossed aside. And any kind of semblance. Look at Affetti standing straight up, just catching block. This is so bad in regards to what it is you want to be coaching. I don't even know what to tell you. So the defense holds again. Get a good punt return. You're on their side of the 50 at the 48, and you got a false start there by your veteran, Charles Leno. Look at him doing the Leno dance. There it is. It wasn't the usher. Now you get pushed back. Then a back-to-back plays, your offensive line. Here's Rashad Coward. Shot to the face. There we go. Now we're going to move it back even further.
To
Then
end
the
the
half,
play.
Charles Leno can't protect. Look at him. This is allowing a pass rusher to get to your outside shoulder and hip, waiting, and just not good. And then Nick throws it out of bounds. That's how the half ends, and this is how the second half begins. With Mr. Nagy's offense, the details, the confusion, the fumbling. This is just typical of what you're seeing on the football field. This is almost JV Saturday morning game. Nobody in the stands. And that's really what, I mean, you can't make this up. Here we go, shotgun, and this is a very good throw. Good route, running that inside fade. Come from the slot, beat your guy, get to the spot. Nick throwing it out there, throwing him open. Perfectly done here and perfectly executed. The best play of the game. You got your guard falling to the ground. You're trying to run inside zone here. But you got to know assignments, and you got to play with heart and passion. And that's a reflection of the head coach. Look at the guard. His head goes down. He falls down. Now your center, let's watch. He's going to cover block for it. What does he do? He fires out. He tries to stay with his block. Affetti's got to put his arm and get on that backer. And Rashad Coward's got to stop going backwards. Got to fire out. That guy's arm's there. Get around. His guy makes the play. It's ugly. Speaking of ugly, pass pro, left tackle, Leno, him and Hambright, like a circus act. Then Nick Foles, you square your shoulders, you throw it. It's a yard short here, but look at Anthony Miller coming around. You could see both. You're right down the field. Here's an example of just not seeing the field completely. Now look at Leno. Oh my goodness. It's so bad. I'm sorry. This is the worst line in football. I've said it over and over again. Your tackle is supposed to step up and rise up. Now they got a third and short. They false start. Rookie false starts. At some point, the team is a reflection of the head coach. What happens here? I thought this was on the Titans. They call it on Jimmy Graham. To adjust to this ball, I don't think people realize how tough this is as you're moving left to right, knowing you're going to get hit, and to be able to focus with eyes on the football and make that play is awesome. Matt Nagy fired the first offensive line coach. He fired Harry Heaston, and he hired Juan Castillo. And guess what? All of them are having to deal with his system going sideways. The running back is getting criticism. Look, watch your center. What are you doing? You just go up on that guy. Instead of Fetty's got to get him. Now David's weaving in and out like a U.S. Olympic skier, downhill skier. It's ridiculous the way they run block and the way they have their assignments. Here they go, Leno and Jimmy Graham. Look at this mess. Who's got him? You got him. I thought you had him. No. Go help him up. What isn't disgusting is Jimmy getting a pocket and delivering to Riley Ridley. Oh, a Riley Ridley signing. Big third down. Look at his pattern. He presses to that spot. He gets hindered. He gets off of it and makes the play for a big first down in the game. Look at Nick Foles stepping up in the pocket. Stay with your blocks. Know your assignment. Deliver the football. You got to be maniacal about this. This is why someone else needs to start making the play calls and personnel decisions. If you can't trust your head coach, and who can you? You're getting predictable because your details aren't there. That's not a mesh. That's not faking anyone. Look at the edge defender. He's not even fooled because players aren't running. They're not blocking. Stop. First of all, Matt, don't run screen to the short side of the field with an offensive line that you just put together on Wednesday. It's ridiculous what I see here. Watch it. Center just pushes. That's the whole problem. The center's got to stay with the block. Then he gets out. Instead, he just pushes, destroys the whole play. Look at the guard. We're just waiting. Anyone could see that play. Watch the guard. It's like he's in elementary school. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1. Oh, Madon. Here we go. Nick Foles in the shotgun. He's dropping back, looking down the field. Allen Robinson. I mean, to make this catch, we're spoiled here. Now, people can get on him about his attitude and everything like that in regards to his contract. But, I mean, you're working with this kind of offense. I get the frustration. And here's Nick Foles just putting enough air under it. Good throw. Even better catch here. Look at the focus. You catch with your eyes, through your hands, pulling that in. Amazing job. Now look at Leno here. This is a safety. It's Nick Foles forcing it. Safety's coming up late. Leno sees it. Still can't get it. This is a safety now. Destroy him, Charles. Instead, he's going to get instant pressure on the quarterback who's got to throw it awkwardly. Luckily, it's not intercepted. Call, not good enough. So now we're going to try to run it for the first down. I mean, talk about just getting blown into the backfield. Ambright. Then Montgomery is able to find it. JP Holtz, what are you even on the roster for at this point? Get a fullback. Sign a fullback, Ryan Pace. And there's David Montgomery making the most out of it. I can't say this enough. Matt Nagy's run philosophy and his teachings are so bad. Watch the center's shoulders. See how they're sideways. So it makes it easy for anybody to turn up in there and make a play. So he goes back. I mean, the guard and it's just so bad. Look at it. Now you can't do it. Gets shut down. David's doing his best. But to run with this kind of scheme, this kind of teaching, is next to impossible. 17-0 here in the fourth quarter. They hit Mooney on that flare route as he lined up in the backfield. He's becoming a weapon. You can see him here hustling to that flare, catches the football, and turns up. He's becoming your inside weapon in the slot, deep weapon. Line him up in the backfield. Then the Matt Nagyisms. I gotta be the smartest guy. This is horrible here. And most people thought it was on Rashad Coward. It's not. It's on the center. He can't make his block. So watch what happens. It gets pushed back into the backfield. But this is a showcase of the head coach doing something ridiculous and the goal line. You're trying to run shovel pass. You can't even do the normal things correctly, like run the ball here. Look at Fetty standing straight up, lets his guy come underneath and across his face. You already won the battle. You lose the war again. It's just constant with this football team. You can't do anything correctly ever. So why do the gimmicks? Look at this play. Awful. Gotta be alert in the big games. Nick getting a little pocket. Look at this effort again. 2 highlight reel focused grabs by number 12 in this game. Nick getting some time in the pocket. That's how you pick it up. Throw the ball down the football field. Allow your playmakers to make plays. Look at that. Catch, effort, toes in bounds. Allow him to make a play. Great throw. It's 4th quarter action. Chaos again. Your left guard. Watch this. Step. He's like doing the salsa. He's salsa dancing. He's inside, outside. Allows him in. And your right tackle ushering. The whole thing is an issue. And you can't complete passes with issues. Here's Nick Foles threading the needle here. Right to Anthony Miller. Makes a great catch. Gets face masks. That's going to move the ball closer. You really see the drop back, the read. Get it to Nall. You know, Brian Nall starts to perk my interest if he's going to play like this. Turn up the field, square your shoulders, and get into the end zone. That's what I want to see out of a fullback or a running. You need a big play. Dropping back to pass. You hit Anthony Miller, and boom, the ball's out. And just like the coach, every given Sunday, somebody messing up in a critical moment. Here we go. Ryan Nall. More Ryan Nall. Tiptoeing on the sideline. Catch the ball. Get up the field. Get as many yards. I like that. Pass pro. Got a pocket here. Step into it. Deliver. I'll take good speed bump there by the receiver. See? Speed bump, knocking people down. And then get up the field. Fall down. And get a big play over you. I like your team. Dip pads. You're trying to score here. Look at your center getting pushed back into the quarterback. It can't happen. You can't catch block. And then hits Allen Robinson down inside the 10. And then he finds Jimmy Graham just threading the needle. Threading the needle. It was an Artavius Pierce sighting play before. But anyway, threads the needle. You score here. Look at the throw. I mean, that is literally threading the needle, guys. And then this is a drop onside kick. So he's going to drop the ball. It has to touch the ground. And then you can kick it. And it becomes live after 10 yards. You're allowed to drop kick it. But you see, he needed to push it over to the left. I'm pushing to the right. Straight forward. It's your boy, the notorious Draft Dr. Phil. And I hope you love it each and every week. Draft Dr. Phil's The Tape Never Lies. Speaking of the tape never lies. Never does. And it always bringing you guys the truth. Let other people know the Chicago Bears, they need to become Patreon members. The offense charter and defensive side of the football. We appreciate you guys. Patreons, I can't thank you guys enough for all of your support and everything we do.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
If you think Khalil Mack is fucking rated, go to another network.
Oh yeah, on this network, after every Bears game, including this Monday night after the Vikings, we'll be live. Me and Shane breaking it down like nobody else, but you already know that. subscribe, share, let everybody know about Patreon and Draft Dr. Phil's The Tape Never Lies. Every Wednesday night, we're keeping it 100 tonight with JJ. And then after every game and everything, go to the Facebook channel. It's the Tape Never Lies Network.